Welcome back to History Unveiled. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. In our last episode, we discussed the emergence of Palestinian lobbying within the Labour Party. Today, we're shifting our focus to a significant figure in conservative politics, Alexander Douglas Home, who challenged the status quo regarding Palestinian rights during his time as Foreign Secretary.
Let's set the scene. In February 1974, just before his retirement, Douglas Home gave an interview where he reflected on his career. He mentioned a pivotal speech he delivered in Harrogate in 1970. What was the essence of that speech, Jordan?
In that speech, Douglas Home asserted that Britain could no longer ignore the political aspirations of the Palestinian Arabs. He emphasized the need for an equilibrium in the Middle East, saying, "The actual issues in dispute are of the kind which can be solved." How do you think this perspective was received by his contemporaries?
It likely polarized opinions, especially given the strong pro-Israel sentiments within British politics at the time. His call for a fair settlement based on UN Security Council Resolution 242 was groundbreaking.
Indeed, Douglas Home articulated that any settlement must recognize the inadmissibility of the acquisition of territory by war and emphasized a just and lasting peace. He stated, "Israeli armed forces must withdraw from territories occupied in the conflict." How revolutionary was this stance?
It was quite revolutionary. At a time when many Western leaders were hesitant to address Palestinian rights, Douglas Home was advocating for their recognition. His insistence on a comprehensive peace process was a significant departure from the norm.
Douglas Home's policies didn't sit well with everyone. He faced backlash from Israel, particularly for not expelling PLO representative Saeed Hamami from London. He argued, "I should not wish to provoke the very hostile reaction that would undoubtedly be caused in the Arab world." What does this reveal about the geopolitical climate of the time?
It highlights the delicate balance politicians had to maintain between appeasing Israel and addressing Arab concerns. Douglas Home recognized that alienating Arab nations could have dire consequences for British interests.
Douglas Home's approach was unique as he openly discussed the right of return for Palestinian refugees, aligning with UN Resolution 194. He stated that those refugees who wished to return and live in peace should be allowed to do so. Why do you think this was a contentious issue?
The right of return is a deeply sensitive topic as it challenges the very foundation of the Israeli state. By supporting this right, Douglas Home was stepping into a highly charged debate that many politicians avoided.
During his tenure, the conservative government under Edward Heath maintained a relatively sympathetic stance toward Palestinian rights. Heath refused to deliver arms to Israel during the 1973 October War, citing concerns over the Arab oil embargo. How significant was this decision?
It was significant because it indicated a shift in British foreign policy, recognizing the need for a more balanced approach to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This was a rare moment when Palestinian aspirations were acknowledged as legitimate.
However, this period of sympathy for Palestinian rights was short-lived. The emergence of the Conservative Friends of Israel, CFI, marked a shift back towards pro-Israel advocacy. How do you think this affected the political landscape?
The formation of CFI signaled a reassertion of pro-Israel influence within the Conservative Party. It demonstrated how lobbying efforts could quickly reshape political narratives, especially when aligned with broader public sentiments.
As we reflect on Douglas Home's legacy, it's clear that his policies were ahead of their time. His willingness to engage with Palestinian rights set a precedent that would influence future discussions.
Absolutely. His tenure reminds us of the complexities of political alliances and the ongoing struggle for Palestinian recognition. How can we apply the lessons from Douglas Home's era to our current understanding of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict?
Thank you for joining us for this enlightening discussion. We hope you've gained insights into the dynamics of British foreign policy during this pivotal time.
See you next time on History Unveiled. We'll continue to explore how historical narratives shape our understanding of contemporary issues.